Dear distinguished and honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to explain our research entitled Improving Productivity and Quality of Medium Voltage Cable Productions. As the introductions, a cable manufacturer has produced variety of products such as a low voltage cable, medium voltage cables, telephone cables, and fiber optic cables. But this manufacturer encountered production problem, especially for medium voltage cable, which has not been able to work optimally. And in addition, the manufacturer also got some defect rates in certain months with a percentage of 1 until 2%. 2%. So the objective is to identify the cause of the defects and the production problem of the medium voltage cable, and also to improve the production productivity and quality of the current production state. So in the publication comparison, we have compared several publications. So publication number 1, 2, and 3 are studied about the implementation of OEE as part of the TPN concept to increase the productivity and the operational performance. And then publication number 4 is the implementation of SMED to reduce the setup times. And publication number 5 and 6 are related with the human error, which means using the HFACS. So our proposal are to implement the OEE, SMED, and HFECS to increase the productivity and the quality. So for the first methodology is the OEE. OEE is the overall equipment effectiveness. Is a measure of how well a manufacturing operation is utilized during a period of time. So OEE can be defined as the availability rate, performance rate, and the quality rate. Next methodology is SMED. So single minute exchange of dies, or SMED, is a method that focuses on the recognition of the internal and external activities. So these 5 steps is the general step for the SMED. So first we measure the total internal setup, and then we separate the internal external setup, and then we eliminate the internal waste and the external waste. Next methodology is the HFACS, is the human factor analysis and the classification systems. It's some kind of framework or tools to investigate or identify the active and latent failures in the organizations. So HFACS divided into several levels: the unsafe acts, precondition of unsafe acts, unsafe supervision, and organizational operations. So the production flow in the company start with the drawing, and then stranding, insulations, screening, cabling. Continue with the inner sheet, armor sheet, outer sheet, plus marking, and then final test. So the existing production level of this company is developed by using technomatic simulations. So we use the secondary data from several workstations, and then we simulate it, and we find that the throughput for one day is less than 6,000 meters per day. So this is the first problem. Second problem is the defect. So based on the defect rate from all of process, we find that the insulation process is the highest process that occurs of defect rates, up to 68%. So we do some details of this defect in the insulation and found that the visual is the highest defect rate on the insulation process, up to 39%. First analysis, we utilize fishbone diagram to determine the cause of defects. So for example, in the visual defects is the scorch defects. We determine there are 4 main factors that cause the defects: machine management, man, and method. So man, method, management are the main factors of defect for the visual defects. And then for finding the findings of the HFACS, we determine that from the 4 levels, the main problem is about the collate on wrong productions, poor working environments, or non-standard and inadequate supervisions. And then we propose improvement using the HFACS. So we propose we can install the crane in the factory and then provide training related with the material handling, assign person to supervise, and then added procedure for data checking. And then we estimate the defect rate using the simulation if we implement the HFCS. So previously, the defect rates in the installation process up to 68%, but after we improve using the HFCS, we can decrease the installation process defect rate for 51%. So they are decreased about 17%. Next is the OEE rate. So we, based on the secondary data, we calculate the OEE rate and from several 8 workstations, and then we got the OEE rate, especially on the insulation and screening machine, is less than 60%. So this is our next target of improvement. So we use the SMED, for example, in the insulation of JR. So we describe all the work element and then what is the task time for each work element, and then we separate the internal and external process so we can get the internal setup and external setup. So by using the SMED, we can reduce the setup time for the 5 machines. This table shows the SMED improvement by reducing the setup time. You can see left table showing the before and then right table showing the after implementation of SMED. Next, the OEE before and after the improvement by using the SMED. We can see that the OEE for 5 machines increased from 59% up to 64% after using the SMED. We can also see the availability rate increase for that 5 machines. And then using the simulation of technomatics, we can determine the throughput if we implement using the SMED, that the throughput can be more than 6,000 meters per day. So the conclusions, we can see that the cause of the low availability rate is the long period of the setup time. So the OE cannot meet or doesn't meet the target. Next is the FACS findings show that the human error caused by insufficient tools for material handling and also disobedient workers with the rules. And then the simulations show that there is increasing of OEE rate above 60% with the output more than 6,000 meters per day. And then our recommendation is to install the overhead crane, especially for the insulation machine for the new material handling, and then recruit new operator in the screening machine. Also implement Titan supervisions. So our future works, we can perform root cause analysis for other type of defects, so we can improve the quality in the productions. Also, we can do some feasibility study related to additional machine or operators that need to be obtained, since the company want to increase the productions of medium voltage cable up to 10,000 meters per day. Thank you.